know it's been some time since you first came here. And yet you still haven't told me why you were sneaking around my lair. Well, truth be told, at this point, I don't really care. Well, perhaps you'll tell me someday out of the sheer kindness of your mortal heart. But I won't hold my breath for it. I see you've started wearing the clothes I had procured for you. Is that not such a lovely shade of blue? No, I did not try them on first. I rarely take human form anymore. And when I do, I have a specific outfit that I enjoy wearing. So I'll not dirty my skin with second-hand clothing. So fussy. You remind me of one of my children from the olden days. She was an expert sorceress. Yes, dragons can have children with the mortal races. It's not those metallics. They do it more often than us chromatics. Because their platinum lord encourages fraternization with the mortal races. Especially those damn bronze dragons. And their purple lightning. Just... If there was one thing I hated in those wretched sand elves, it's those pompous, arrogant bronze dragons. What was that? Oh, you think it's rich? Me calling someone else arrogant. If it weren't for your blue eyes, I would have you incinerated where you stand. Know your place, treasure. You are a possession, an object to me. Do not casually make remarks such as that again. But anyway, it is not often that a chromatic will mate with a mortal. It does happen, though. How do you explain the dragonborn race that pockets your realms? Yes, well, the blue dragonborn are much more rare. In fact, I'm not even aware of any other blue scales at the moment. But what does it matter? Surely I am the only blue scale that this continent needs. Besides, our kind do not take well to the cramped conditions of forests and mountains and caves. We prefer the desert and the open sky, sprawling sand dunes as far as you can see. There is no greater freedom than that which the desert provides. You can see for miles from up there. It makes hunting that much easier. What is it about you? No. I've never found myself rambling as much as I do in front of anyone else. It is a mystery to me. There's something about you other than your eyes. This is strange, but no matter. Anyway, oh yes, my daughter. Oh, you should have met her. She was a wizard in the metaphorical sense, not the literal sense. She was a sorcerer, not one of those high-browed, glasses-wearing, tower-dwelling loners. No, she was born with her magic, my magic, which already made her superior to everyone else. She was strong-willed, beautiful, but she had her flaws. The main being that she fell in love. The damn sand elf. And not even a minister or a soldier. No, it was just some miscreant that lived outside the cities. I don't know what she saw in him. He barely had any friends. He rarely conversed with anyone of his own kind. And when the cataclysm fell, he was spared simply because he wasn't in the city. Oh, you should... What cataclysm? What do they teach mortals these days? Well, it was thousands of years ago, so I wouldn't expect any human or primitive wood elf to remember what happened, but... Well, the sky turned red for a month. Unlike the drow, sand elves could not survive without the sun. They withered and perished. They turned to dust. Well, their skin turned to dust. I still find their bones occasionally. These white, quartz-like substances. Were their bones blue, I would have been collecting their bodies for years. Lord knows they were everywhere. Well, I don't know what became of Shari. That was my daughter. The last time I saw her, she stormed out of my facility after ripping her horn off of her head with her bare hands. Nothing has infuriated me more, and yet hurt so much since that day. Sometimes I think I smell her on the wind, but it couldn't be true. Well, forgive me. I grow weary of talking about my family from the past. Her mother? She was something else. She was a sand elf. I mean, in those days, those were the only mortals on this side of the continent. The humans, the dwarves, the wood elves were all in their forests and their caves, smashing rocks together just to see what would happen. While the sand elves here built cities under domes of glass and machines that flew faster through the air than I do. That vexed me. But their hubris was their downfall. Their belief that nothing could touch them. But there I go again. I am not a history professor. Yes, I understand you may be curious, but I don't want to talk about it. No, it's not a painful subject. I simply do not want to talk about it. Another time. Anyway, my stomach growls, so I leave you in the kind, gentle care of my turret perimeter. I'm off to go hunt. If you behave yourself, I may have something for you. Do not try to leave. Do you understand? Do not try. It will be the end of you.